Heyo everyone, and welcome to the premiere of Build&Battle Season 2, where we will build a beautiful medieval city while battling off bandits, brigands, and no-good doers. In the last season, we did our first blind Let's Play of Manor Lords, and yeah, I was humbled by an NPC. So in this season, we are going to take our revenge on the Baron in our new up-and-coming settlement of New Inamaruth. So if you are excited to see if we can beat the Baron, then hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so you are notified of each new episode airing every Monday. Alrighty, let's jump right on into episode 0 because I'm wicked excited to begin planning out our new settlement and getting started. Alrighty, so here we are once again at the startup screen, and here we can select our character and our banner. Now, for this, I want to just keep with the same character thus far, but I am gonna take advantage of renaming to Lady Nama because I can. I don't know, something about this just made me smile. And I didn't realize in the first episode that I could change this, probably because I was too busy looking at the magnificence that is the coat of arms. And that does lead us right into the banner for Season 2. I thought we could be a little cheeky and try to confuse the Baron and create a new coat of arms for this season. I also thought it might be fun to create the new coat of arms. It is technically a new season of Build&Battle, so I thought it would be fun to create a new banner for that. So let's come on in, let's time-lapse this a little bit, and let's create something new. All right, I think we will go with this for now. Okay, so to accommodate recording, I am going to change one setting, and that is how many years before raiders start beginning to attack us. And I am going to increase this to 3. I was really hesitant to do this at first. So I hope everyone is okay that I'm doing this. Again, it's not for any other purpose beyond recording. This game involves a lot of multitasking, and recording a multitasking game has proven to me to be a little bit of a challenge. If I multitask while recording and accommodate the game's mechanics, I end up with this chaotic session of gaming that honestly equates to a very chaotic and hectic editing result. So I'd rather have 3 years to get this settlement up and running before we start getting attackers, so that we can, have a more, I don't know if the word leisure is the word I want to use. Probably not leisure, because it's certainly not going to be a leisurely build process, but certainly something that isn't going to involve us jumping, say, from building the manor house to suddenly managing our farmlands, back to the manor house, to adding burgage plots, to, adding an iron ore, to working on trade. I hope I've explained that well. Please let me know if you really disagree with this. Please let me know. Again, I'm not trying to make the game easier per se. I'm just trying to make it more favorable for viewing it, in all honesty. So let's jump on in and let's see what map we get handed. Alrighty, so right away I am going to pause the game because I want to take stock of where we are and what we have to work with. So once again, we get a new message about our victory condition being dominance. So let's zone on out. Okay, so we're in Nusla. I don't know actually how to say that. I feel like I'm going to say that wrong, so I'm not going to try to say that. But okay, so we're in this corner right here. There we go. Okay. So this is where we played last season. This corner right here, down at the bottom left-hand side. So we're in the territory to the north of it. It looks like the Baron has already taken Selbitz and Hofstetten. And we are actually going to come in here right now because I want to change this right away. So we had this as a great comment suggestion in Namaruth, and I'm not over how awesome that name is. So now we have the settlement of New Namaruth. And now that I am satisfied with that, we have the Baron here in Selbitz and in Hofstetten. Also looks like we have the first initial bandit camp way down here. That's pretty far. So this is where the map starts. And already it looks like as far as it goes for resources, we'll have an iron deposit, a clay deposit, stone deposit, wild animals, and some berries. I do like that we get a rich deposit of clay and stone right away, because there was a node in Season 1 that I had wanted to use, the deep mining node. So it allows you to upgrade to a deep mine, enabling the buildings to extract resources indefinitely if placed over a rich deposit. I'm definitely going to double check my facts because I totally misunderstood this the first time, but I think this time we'll actually be able to utilize that node for the clay deposit and the stone deposit, which is going to be wicked awesome, in all honesty. All right, so I want to start just an initial settlement layout to get us going here. And I was kind of just looking around the map here thinking, okay, where are we going to put the forestry first? Because we're going to need to start pulling in timber as fast as possible so that we can start constructing burgage plots, wells, etc. So the settlement starts right down here. This is where our supplies, our tents, etc. spawned in. And I'm actually thinking that we want to put the forestry maybe up here. And I'm thinking up here because I want to avoid the berry deposit and the wild animals. And I'm thinking as we expand, I don't want to pull the forestry area all the way down here because I think there could be some really good aspects to keeping it up here, which I'm going to explain momentarily. So did I say momentarily? Nah, we'll just explain it now. I'm actually thinking of putting the main city up on this area right here for a couple of reasons. Mainly, I think, and this is going to kill me for saying it, but this cliffside I think would be really pretty to put our manor house on. It kills me because I have to take revenge on an NPC that bested me last season, and I'm already looking at pretty places to put things. That's not very warfare set mind. That's not a real sentence, but it's not really the right mentality to, being a warlord. But I think we're going to put the manor house up here, and I think the main city should be in this area, right up to the cliff, and probably, gosh, maybe even up to here, honestly. We might even connect into this King's Road and let the main city be here. So that's why I'm kind of thinking we'll put the forestry up here, because they'll be a little bit closer to, all the main pieces, etc. And one of the biggest main pieces we're going to want to keep an eye out for is our marketplace. I really enjoyed having a very large marketplace in the last episode. It was definitely overkill. We didn't need that much. But I figured we could put a marketplace kind of in this area that I'm outlining with the roads here. because I think it just honestly kind of makes sense. You come up from the King's Road, you head up into what will become the main city area. Why not enter the marketplace right away? We could probably even put some trade posts along here. I'm definitely going to want to start right out with a couple of extra hitching posts. And when we come into our overlays and we come to underground water, we have a lot of... Whoop, too far. Every time. We have a lot of our water veins right up here on this cliffside, which was another reason why I thought this would be a good spot for the main city. And then with the marketplace right here, we can attach one of the, a well right into one of the main water veins. Probably put another one up here and maybe even over here so fire protection is in place. Because boy, oh boy, when those bandits come and they burn everything to the ground, yeah, they burn it and then they come back and burn it again. So yes, I definitely want to make sure we have multiple places to put our underground wells so that we can put the fires out. All right, and finally, let's talk about fertility. Something I really, really love about Manor Lords is you could get placed in the same territory twice and still end up with different fertility and resource, I guess, availabilities, you know, rich deposit versus non-rich deposit. Since season 1, I have played off and on like individual games at this point, in between these 2 seasons, just to kind of, you know, see how hard the game can hit me and how long I can keep up with it. Not long, for the record. I love, there's definitely been times when I've loaded into this territory and the fertility is completely different. And I really love that about this game. It really freshens it up every time. So in this round for, you know, season 2 of Build and Battle, we have, once again, not the greatest of fertility, like season 1. We have some emmer, we have some rye. Barley is not great. Flax is not great. So barley really bothers me. I really wanted to be able to make beer. Everyone loves a good brewery and a good tap house. But that's okay. We can always import it. So one thing that caught my attention here is the rye fertility versus the emmer fertility. And once again, if we come into these development points, right here, you can actually unlock rye cultivation, which is similar to wheat. Rye can be processed into flour, but it's much more resilient and therefore can be grown in places with lower fertility. I think this might be worth our time. I'm going to have to double check, but let me know in the comments. Let me know if you think we should get the rye, if we should prioritize our development points for the rye cultivation. It does mean we'll have to spend on one for an orchardry, which is fine. That's just a burgage plot upgrade, if I'm not mistaken. And then also let me know in the comments if you think we should go for that deep mining again. We would, once again, it would be a total then of 4 development points for orchardry, rye cultivation, and then charcoal burning, which I definitely found as a useful fuel source in season 1, down to deep mining. Back in season 1, I had actually thought, oh boy, let's try to, you know, change gears and let's get, you know, basic armor making and advanced armor making and master armor making. I was doing this because I knew we were going to be on the defensive, and I didn't get it far enough before the Baron kind of kicked our butts anyway. So let me know in the comments what development points you find to be the most useful, why you found them the most useful, because there's also, you know, better deals over here, which, not better deals. Trade logistics, which establishes new trade routes always costing a maximum of 25 regional wealth. I've heard other content creators say that this is an incredibly useful tool. But anyway, I digress. Let me know in the comments what development points you think are going to be the most beneficial to us in Season 2 of Build and Battle. Okay, so before we wrap up Episode 0 and the premiere of Build and Battle Season 2, let's have a little bit of fun. Let's come on in, let's get some roads, and let's make just a general subject to change road layout to get us started and get us going for Episode 1. So yes, right away, I do think we are going to come right on in. I do like to bring the curve road down a little bit. And I think we're just going to square off this here. So that can be designated for our marketplace. So we could probably put the well right here. And I do want to get us another hitching post in here, like right away in Episode 1. So we could probably put that in right here. See if I can fix the curve on this road a little bit here. That's adorable. I was not meaning to delete that, but that happened. So let's get let's have some fun. Okay. I think that road layout won't be awful. This area right here, I might curve up a little bit, but that's all for aesthetics. So we'll put our marketplace here, our main city up on the cliff here. I have drawn a road kind of straight out this way to connect with the King's Road here, and another road down here to connect here, just to add a little bit of ease. That does mean we could always add a second lumber production over here if we so pleased. And maybe we will just add it out here. I don't know. That's something we can decide. Our starting settlement again is right here. We'll probably put the farmlands in this area right here so that the cliffside manor can overlook it. We'll have our stone deposit, our clay deposit, and our iron ore deposit all right here. And again, let me know down in the comments if we want to go for the deep mining. We're going to want to know this much sooner than later because I want to enable this before we run the risk of, depleting these resources. There's 620 here. There's 2,241 here. We're going to want this decision to be made probably no later than the end of Episode 1. Possibly even, honestly, before Episode 1, depending on how quick we get that production up and running. And I'm probably going to try and at least get the stone going before Episode 1. So let me know whether or not you think we should add that node into our to-do list for this settlement. And let me know just on the general thoughts of the layout and what we're thinking of doing for this. All right, everyone, I believe that is going to wrap up our premiere of Build and Battle Season 2. If you enjoyed the premiere, please consider subscribing, and if you are excited to watch us take revenge on the Baron, then hit the like button, and don't forget to tune in every Monday for a new episode of Manor Lords. Until next time, I hope everyone has a phenomenal week.